Culinary Delights every Sunday at 7:30 p.m. only on Capital Television.
In Capital News tonight, President Magufuli leads Muslim leaders in celebrating 50 years of BAKWATA. Citizens ask for protection for officials chosen in coming elections. Serengeti boys return to the country after Zone 5 championship win. Good evening, this is Capital News at 9:30. My name is Vanessa Victor. Let's get started with the national news. The President of the United Republic of Tanzania, Dr. John Pombe Magufuli, has led Muslim leaders in celebrating 50 years of the National Muslim Council of Tanzania, BAKWATA, and asked leaders of the council to oversee BAKWATA property well for the benefit of all Muslims and not a few, as it had been in the past. In his speech to leaders from district to regional levels from across the country, President Magufuli emphasized that he intends to continue to help BAKWATA retrieve property which had in large part been sold or grabbed and ensure that it is returned.
Zile mali zingine zilizokuwa ngumu kurudishwa nimezifuta.
Those assets that were non-refundable, I have nullified them. That is why Mufti here spoke that some of the assets have started to be returned back. What I'm calling on you, fellow Muslims, because since some of the assets are returning back to your hands, please don't send them back to where they were before. For example, land can be used as investment assets to earn income out of them for the benefit of all Muslims.
Dini zetu hapa nchini zote Waislamu wakiwemo.
The religions in this country, to us as the government, we consider them as very essential institutions, because the role of religion is to ensure that people are raised in good manners, recognize the importance of unity. Muslims are also doing that job very well.
Maadili haya yanamjenga kutoka umri mdogo.
People from 3 families, including a 3-year-old child, who are residents of Majimaji village, Nakapanya, in Tunduru district, Ruvuma region, have died after being hit by lightning that was accompanied by heavy rains.
Katika kijiji cha Majimaji, kata ya Majimaji, tarafa ya Nakapanya, wilaya ya Tunduru,
at Majimaji village in Majimaji ward in Tunduru district, 3 people of the same family lost their lives. Zena Hamadi Ismail, 50 years, a farmer at Majimaji village; Yusuf Abdallah Ali, a farmer and a resident of Majimaji; and Zamil Abdallah Abdillahi, 3 years, a resident from Majimaji. They all lost their lives after being hit by a storm under a cashew tree around their house, where they were immediately taken to Tunduru District Hospital, where they died yesterday afternoon.
Ni wasitu wananchi kwamba wakiona dalili za mvua na miungurumo.
I would like to call on residents, when the weather changes and see rain signs with storms, it is best that they do not stay near trees, because this problem has been reoccurring for 3 years consecutively at Majimaji village. We are trying to get professional assistance in curbing this matter.
Kijiji hicho cha Majimaji.
Tanzania Civil Aviation Authority, TCAA, has given a 28-day notice to Fastjet Airline Company to halt their services in the country, as they have lost the qualifications required to provide the service.
We asked them to stop sales, but they ignored. We have given them a notice to stop sales, because what is happening right now is all because of lack of efficiency. We are emphasizing that they should stop sales until further notice and order them to refund all the passengers or look for another transportation assistance from other airlines.
Au wawaombee safari kwenye mashirika mengine ya ndege.
Unknown individuals have dumped over 10,000 chick carcasses of non-organic chickens in River Themi at Fire area, where the water from the river is being used by residents of Arusha village, causing environmental destruction and endangering the health of users of this river.
This act of dumping chick carcasses anywhere is very bad, because we don't know how these chicks died or what disease they have to have caused their death. Moreover, being dumped at a river, which the river water is used by residents living here, this act might cause health panic to residents. I am calling on responsible organs to deal with this matter accordingly. It is possible that these chicks' carcasses have been dumped here because of different reasons. Maybe they died while being transported or died at their cages, thus making this act not wrong. The big problem here is the way they used to deposit these carcasses, according to health laws.
The commander of the United Nations UN peacekeeping force operating in the DRC Congo, Jean-Pierre Lacroix, and his fellow top army officers of the UN peacekeeping force have gone to Zanzibar to meet with the families of 9 heroic Tanzania People's Defense Forces TPDF officers who were killed while trying to maintain peace in the DRC last year.
So this is why we came here. As I said, that's what I wanted to say to you. Again, thank you. We remain with you. We never forget you. We know that the families of our peacekeepers sometimes are paying a very high price, sometimes the ultimate price. We know what it means to lose a brother, a son.
Over 32 families renting in buildings owned by the National Social Security Fund, NSSF, have been forced to go without electricity after Tanzania electricity supply company TANESCO shut down electricity in all NSSF buildings in Mikocheni due to over 2 years of theft, causing TANESCO significant loss.
The first charge is to find out what has been lost and what they want to pay, and also pay disturbance fine. As a corporation right now, we urge our clients to report even faulted meters, not hire amateur electricians.
Wakati mwingine anapita kuwalaghai wananchi.
Kwa kweli nashangaa. I am shocked because it is the first time that I hear about this matter. I'm a tenant here for a year now. I buy electricity every day, but the electricity bills at this apartment are very high comparing to electrical gadgets that I have at my house.
The Minister for Land, Housing and Human Settlement Development, William Lukuvi, has directed Dar es Salaam municipality to write letters of assurance of payment of their compensation to all residents, including the elderly who agreed to pave way for the project to develop and improve the city.
Show me a letter that shows how much everybody deserves to be paid, so that people can have faith that I owe the manager. Tomorrow, go with your fellow residents to the manager's office. Mr. Manager, please give them answers. Show them the letter for them to see how much they owe you. Give the letter to everybody who deserves compensation so that they should wait to be paid.
Kwa mkurugenzi, utapata barua inayoonyesha unadai shilingi ngapi.
There are people who owned their land legally, but have been forced to vacate, leaving the areas empty till today. They were forced to go to the cemeteries, according to the fake map that was created by Mr. Chamwiti and Mr. Kibona. They want to fool you by presenting to you a fake map.
A security patrol tasked with preventing illegal fishing in Kagera region has carried out a search in Muleba district and successfully captured Nile perch weighing more than 2.5 tons. A Ugandan trader had hidden the hologer fish inside the house of Edius Dominic, who is a resident of Nshisha village in Kigoma ward. Mr. Dominic had been in the midst of trying to transport the fish to Uganda via illegal means. The Ugandan who was supposed to transport the fish managed to escape, as well as the owner of the house where the fish was being hidden.
Fished from the lake and transported here, and the stock is big. This means that these fish are transported here regularly. Until right now, the owner of this trade is nowhere to be found. How can we trace him, although we know him? When fish are caught because of illegal fishing activities, the fish are supposed to be given away to different public institutions and even this earthly home. So we have brought this delicacy to feed you at least for a couple of days.
The Deputy Minister for Energy, Subira Mgalu, has had to give a speech to residents of Nachura village in the dark after they waited for more than 12 hours for her to visit a rural electrification authority rare power project in the village, which is part of Nanyumbu district. In spite of the government spending billions of funds in this project in an effort to distribute power to the villages, only 4 people have been able to install electricity in their homes in that area.
The opportunity of being connected is still there, but you have told me that even the ones who are already connected with electricity, the service provision is still poor. That is why we are here today. However, work is still in progress under the supervision of District Commissioner and other leaders. All that I am calling upon residents of Nachura to continue to be connected to electricity. I am very sad that it is dark here.
Wakazi wa Nachura muendelee kuunganishiwa umeme.
Baada ya kuja mpango huu,
as residents, we are so grateful for the electricity project. 100% of residents living here are already in the process of setting up infrastructures that will facilitate their house to be connected with electricity. Please, Honorable Deputy Minister of Energy, make sure that we get electricity in time, because we are so excited about electricity.
The Commissioner General of Prisons, Faustine Kasike, has directed heads of prisons throughout the country to ensure they implement the directive by President Dr. John Pombe Magufuli to construct prison officers' houses by using the prison workforce and to meet food needs by producing significant amounts of harvest.
Tulitoa msisitizo na maelekezo.
Sanga Prison should produce 100,000 building blocks. Msalato Prison, 35,000. Mpwapwa, 45,000. Kinganga, 30,000. And Kondo should produce 15,000. We have started to reach our target. Right now we have about 100,000 blocks.
Among
the things that we have implemented, including building a house with a capacity to shelter 6 families. We have also built 2 houses which are almost ready. We have also built a house which has reached the stage of placing windows.
And that is all for national news. International news is next. And in international news, with 4 days of campaigns left in the Democratic Republic of Congo, citizens have asked for the safety of those who will be elected, especially for the presidential position.
We as the citizens, we are waiting on the changes one can bring to us, mostly bringing peace. We can't say you can protect people while you're kept in endangering situations and end up getting in great trouble. So we have sent them our pictures and called them on telephones, and they even told us not to go there because they won't know how to protect us, but they will vote for us.
In Uganda, Kyadondo MP Robert Kyagulanyi, more famously known as Bobby Wine, has claimed that there is a government plot to disturb him musically and politically. He said that he has no idea as to why this is happening and accused the police of being used to disturb his music tours and even trying to put him in jail.
Museveni ameingiliwa na hofu kufuatia misimamo ya vijana.
I know President Museveni has fear now due to the youth stand when it comes to political views. My fellow, Athumani Basara, spoke of this in his political gathering last week. But Museveni said he won't agree to any of my political gatherings because they are giving me more political fame.
The Human Rights Watch has now demanded that the Kenyan government stop bothering activists who want to shed light on environmental issues, such as on the Kenyan coast caused by Kenya-South Sudan to Ethiopia road construction, as well as construction of a charcoal factory.
A brief of Shirika la Human Rights Watch sasa linasema kuwa takriban wanaharakati.
We did a survey on Lamu area, and our survey aimed on checking of activist abuse. Our survey got that government officers, especially police and military workers, are abusing activists who are speaking on this project of LAPSSET and coal. We are not against this LAPSSET project, but what we are saying is that the terms and conditions have to be followed before the project starts, because there is the Constitution and environmental rights, which have to be followed.
That is all for international news, but do stay with us. We'll be back shortly with business.
Watch Business Edition as we talk to business leaders and experts in sectors that are transforming Tanzania's economy.
To be rich, I have to be a business person.
It's not an easy road at all.
People need to understand. You must quickly think, how cost effective are you going to be?
Business acts as a way in which it can bridge that gap.
Business Edition will keep you informed on latest developments in the financial sector, extractive industry, tourism, agriculture, energy, construction, and so much more. Meet entrepreneurs who create employment opportunities. Watch Business Edition on Friday at 8:15 p.m.
Welcome back and on to business news. The number of passengers traveling by Air Tanzania Corporation Limited ATCL has increased from 4,000 per month in 2016 to 35,000 per month in October of this year, with ATCL increasing its flights during this end of the year holiday period.
Mwanza tutakuwa tunakwenda Dreamliner mara mbili kwa siku. Na hii ni kwa sababu
because of this holiday season, we have added more routes as some people are traveling back to their homes, or others for some other purposes. So for Mwanza, we will have added 3 routes a day. There will be early morning, then around 9 a.m., and the other one in the evening.
Tanzania Bureau of Standards, TBS, has directed entrepreneurs to produce goods that meet international standards so as to be able to compete with international markets. This was said by TBS Quality Head of Assurance Division, Gervas Kaisi, as he spoke to government and private sector institutions that produce the goods.
Na tunajikita zaidi kwenye viwango vya kimataifa.
We are basing more on international level. One is called ISO 9001 and the other one is HACCP.
which deals in checking like those here in Arusha who deal with flowering or vegetable products. Those who are bringing low standard products and selling them at a low price are affecting us, because you find our product end up not selling or can't compete because people prefer the low prices.
Uyole Agricultural Institute has begun to provide training on professional planting of fruit trees, especially avocados, with the aim of helping farmers of the harvest in Rungwe district to increase productivity and ultimately become very big producers of avocados in East Africa.
They don't know how to do the plantation, so we saw it's best if we come and give them that knowledge, so they know how to prepare the holes and mix the right amount of manure and distance between each hole. Today's teachings have enlightened me a lot. I know I will get more crops because of all the knowledge which we got on holes preparation, mixing of manure and distance required between each hole. And I know in the future we will get more crops than we got last year.
And that is all for business news. Sports is next.
Hi, my name is Kotaro Tokuda.
What's up? My name is Céline Garnier.
I'm John Barnes from Liverpool Football Club. The hip, hop, a hip, the hip, hip, hop. You don't stop the rockin' to the bang, bang boogie. Say up, jump the boogie to the rhythm of the boogie to beat. Now what you hear?
I'm watching Sports Gazette.
I'm watching Sport Gazette.
And you're watching Sports Gazette
with Sebastian.
With Sebastian. Peace out.
Yes! And you can also watch Sports Gazette for highlights and interviews regarding sports. Do not miss Sports Gazette every Wednesday at 7 p.m. only on Capital Television.
And on to sports news. The national under-17 team, Serengeti Boys, has returned back home today after winning the Zone 5 championship finals that were being held in Gaborone in Botswana. Ndanda head coach has said that lack of players have been costing his team and leading to draws in the last 2 consecutive games.
Since I have arrived until now, players haven't reported. I have shortage of players, as you can see. One of my players have been hurt and went in the game, but he couldn't handle it, so he had to get out. But I thank my players. Even though they're few, we were still able to get 1 point. They have played well. Only thing seems there is some tiredness, and the sunny weather was a bit challenging. But all in all, we played well, and we are thankful for that 1 point which we got. The team is good. Only thing needed is we get good contributions. The other thing is that the number of people cheering. Last time I came and spoke on this, there were no people at all. But it gives hope even if we don't win, but having people cheers you up. And big of all is we should continue contributing, because modern football requires enough funding.
Minister of Culture and Sports, Dr. Harrison Mwakembe, has emphasized that younger elections must be held on January the 13th, with oppositions being made on the current acting chairman, Tobias Ligagala, continuing to do so due to lack of qualifications.
Ndani ya Young African Sports Club
elections in the Young African Sports Club will be held on the 13th of January 2019, as it was arranged earlier. There won't be any changes. We have asked TFF to closely overlook that the leaders who are appointed by Yanga to assist each other on the preparation of this election. The one who is chosen is this guy right here. Now I don't understand why he is afraid of saying I am the one chosen by my fellows. This one we know is from long time, and they had their reasons as to why they didn't choose him again.
The UEFA Champions League round of 16 draw was held in Nyon, Switzerland earlier today.
Liverpool will take on German giants Bayern Munich in the Champions League last 16, while Manchester United have been drawn against Paris Saint-Germain. Premier League champions Manchester City and Tottenham also face Bundesliga sides, with City meeting Schalke and Spurs playing Borussia Dortmund. The first legs will take place on 12th to 13th and 19th to 20th of February, with the return of fixtures on the 5th to 6th and 12th to 13th March. Group winners will be away from home in the first legs. Teams could not be drawn against sides from the same country in the last 16, nor against teams who they played in the group stage. Elsewhere, holders Real Madrid will face Dutch side Ajax, who have reached the knockout stages for the first time since 2005 to 2006, while Serie A champions Juventus face Europa League winners Atletico Madrid. Spanish champions Barcelona meet French side Lyon, while Italian club Roma face Portuguese champions Porto.
And that sports item ends our news bulletin. On behalf of everyone who worked to prepare this bulletin for you, thank you for watching and have a good night.